This is the new HP Omen 16 that HP recently launched in India, and this aims to be the all-rounder gaming laptop that people actually buy. So is it a good gaming laptop? Let's find out. So I know you want to know the specs, the game performance, but let me get the design and display out of the way. So like a lot of Omen laptops, this too has an understated design. It has a metal build and chassis with the matte black finish, which I think gives it a very classy and premium look. I know it's not very gamery, but I like it. There's also the gradient Omen logo on the lid, and the hinge here is what HP calls the floating hinge design, and that's because of the space between the hinge and the bottom bezel. Anyway, this is a 135-degree hinge, and I like that the lid can be opened with one hand. Now HP says this is a 16-inch laptop in the frame of a 15-inch laptop, and that's because the side and the top bezels are very narrow, giving the laptop a very modern look and also obviously helping it cut down on the space. As for the display, these are the specs: a 16.1-inch IPS display with the 1080p resolution, 144Hz fast refresh rate, 7 milliseconds of response time, and it's also a 16:9 display, and there's also 100% sRGB coverage for good color accuracy. Now the high refresh rate and the fast response time are factors that come in super handy while gaming. The screen is very responsive, especially when playing first-person shooters. But talking about the display quality, it's fairly good. The colors are fairly good and more on the natural side. The blacks are generally well displayed, so watching movies and shows is a good experience, and viewing angles are also decent. I also like that this is a matte display, so it's not reflective. Now the brightness is fine mostly, but I would have liked the display to be brighter than 300 nits. Anyway, I will talk about the other design elements, but let's talk about the specs and the performance. The HP Omen 16 comes with the 12th Gen Intel Core i7-12700H chipset with Intel's Turbo Max technology 3.0 that can go up to 4.7 GHz. The processor has 14 cores with 6 high-performance cores that take care of intensive apps and games and also maximize FPS, and there's 8 efficiency cores for multitasking and background tasks. On the GPU front, there's the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 GPU with 6GB VRAM and a good 115 watts TDP. The RAM is a fast 16GB DDR5 module, and the storage is a new fast Gen 4 SSD, and both of these are expandable. So the specs are pretty good, and first of all, I ran the Crystal Disk Mark storage test, and yeah, you can see the Gen 4 speeds here. I also ran Cinebench, and these are the single core and multi-core scores. Now here's the Crossmark score, where I think the HP Omen 16 does well. And lastly, these are the 3D Mark scores, which I think is high and fairly impressive. Benchmarks apart, it's the gaming that matters, and if you ask me, the Omen 16 is a solid choice for gaming. We tried esports titles, AAA titles, and the laptop performed consistently without any lag or stutter. Rainbow Six Siege on Ultra settings got an average FPS of around 200. I know this is only a esports title, but this is good. Anyway, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is a more intensive game, and at 1080p Ultra, the game got an average FPS of around 100-110, which is actually very good. We also tested Elden Ring on the laptop, and at 1080p Ultra settings, the FPS was around 120 at most times, which is, again, very good. I mean, obviously you can get way better frame rates with high settings, but the laptop handles AAA titles well even on Ultra, which is saying something. I mean, what's important here is that there was no lag in any of these games. I think the 115-watt GPU is doing a good job here. Plus the combo of 12700H, the Gen 4 SSD and DDR5 RAM means there's no bottleneck here. The thermals are also impressive here. The HP Omen 16 comes with the Omen Tempest cooling system with the IR thermopile sensor. Also, we open up the laptop and you can see the 2 big fans, the 3 heat pipes here along with the SSD and the RAM. Plus there are vents on 3 sides with airflow from 5 ways for better heat dissipation. Anyway, we played the games on the performance profile, which adjusts the fans according to the temperatures of the laptop. And you know what, the dual fans, which can go to 5500 RPM, easily cool down the laptop. This also means that the fans do get loud, but that's not a big issue, and I also noticed no thermal throttling or overheating on the Omen 16. The laptop also has the Omen Gaming Hub, which has a lot of features aimed at game streamers, but I like the control it offers on performance. You can switch between the performance mode and balanced mode, control the thermals and fans, and there's also the mux switch settings here to switch graphics from integrated to dedicated and vice versa. There's also the Light Studio, which lets you customize the lighting effects of the 4-zone RGB keyboard in the Omen 16. Talking about the keyboard, I feel the keys are kind of small, which leads to typing errors, and it took me some time to get used to it, but other than that, there's good feedback and the texture of the keys is good. Plus, like I said, there's the 4-zone RGB lighting, which adds to the whole gaming laptop vibe. And as for the trackpad, it's big and responsive, and all the Windows gestures work well. If you're wondering, the laptop comes with Windows 11 pre-installed, and there's also Office pre-installed. And next to the trackpad is this 016 logo, and there's also these stoppers next to the keyboard to stop the display from touching the keys. Now the build quality is generally solid. I did not notice any major flex anywhere, although the display does shake a bit when you open it. The whole design is also not the most portable. It's 2.3 kg in weight, and this big and heavy 240 watt adapter takes it close to 3 kgs. As for the battery, there's an 83 watt 6 cell battery, and this is a gaming laptop, so you'll probably use it with the charger plugged in. But in our usage on the battery, it lasted for 3-4 hours at best. When it comes to speakers, there's 2 speakers here on the bottom, and they're actually nice. They get fairly loud, which is not something you see on most laptop speakers. Now the quality is decentish, and there's obviously no bass, but these are good for laptop speakers. The webcam is a usual 720p camera. Moving to the ports, the left side is packed with a Thunderbolt 4 USB-C port that supports USB PD charging, DisplayPort, and HP's sleep and charge features. There's also a fast USB-A port and a HDMI 2.1 mini DisplayPort, RJ45, mic headphone jack, and an SD card reader. On the right, you get 2 fast USB-A ports. And apart from this, the Omen 16 has Wi-Fi 6E support and Bluetooth 5.2. Coming to the pricing, the HP Omen 16 has launched in India Rs 1,45,999, and at this price there are other gaming laptops with RTX 3060, but we still don't have gaming laptops with the latest 12-gen CPUs, the Gen 4 SSD, the fast LPDDR5 RAM, and that's where the HP Omen 16 comes into play. The new HP Omen 16 brings the latest gen specs, but more importantly, it brings solid gaming performance and very good thermal performance, which is also a big point. Now the screen could have been brighter and the design a little less bulky, but overall I think this is a pretty solid gaming laptop. Anyway, I want to know your thoughts on the HP Omen 16. Do you think you'll buy this gaming laptop at its price? Comment down below. Also give this video a like, make sure to share it, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing tech videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
You can burn hundreds of calories playing these video games. You heard it right. This is the Oculus Quest 2 and this is my